All right, this is part 3 of assignment 5-1. We're going to wrap this up. We've just got a little bit more grading to do. You can see the proposed contours that we've done so far. We just need to finish up this corner of the parking lot and tie these proposed contours in with the existing contours. So with that, we talked about this in class last night. Actually, we just need to remember this is 241 at the bottom of the curb, and we've got to go 6 inches up this face of this curb to get to the top of the curb. This is the bottom of the curb, so we got to get to the top of the curb. And remember, it was, I think, 25 feet because we got to go, it's right here. Remember, 0.6, maybe on here somewhere. I'll write it again. We're going to go half a foot, and we're trying to figure out the horizontal, which is vertical divided by slope. So we're going 0.5, half a foot to the top of the curb, and we're going to divide that by 0.02 or 2%. So that should give us 25. So 0.5 divided by 0.02 equals 25. 25 feet. Oh, we got it right there above it. We had just done that yesterday. I forgot. So let's go ahead and draw 25 feet is right here. So the contour is going to follow that face of the curb right there to get to the top of the curb. And then 241 is right up here. So now we've got to come back and tie that in. That contour has to come up and tie in to 241, clear up there. Now, let's see, 4 to 1. Up top here it says 4 to 1 is our maximum slope. So as long as we're 4 feet apart here and here, we're okay, which this is 1 inch equals 30. I just drew it, but it turns out that it's, about 6 feet apart, so we are well within that 4 to 1 threshold that they gave us. So now, if this is 241 bottom curb and we went half a foot to get to the top, let's go, now we want to find 240 at the bottom of the curb, right? This is 241 bottom of curb, now we got to find 240. It's going downhill at 2%. And if it's half a foot at 2% is 25 feet, then 1 foot, because we're dropping from 241 to 240, 1 foot divided by 2% would equal 50. We got that right here, 50. So we just measure 50 feet and put a little mark right here. So it's 50 feet from here to here, bottom of curb. And now we've got to figure out, let's figure out what this corner is here. We said this is 30 scale, so that's 138 feet, right? 138 feet from this bottom of curb clear down to this bottom of curb. And this is going to be, we're going to find top of curb and we're going to find bottom of curb. But here, this is your catch basin. So we're going to say instead of bottom of curb, we're going to call that rim elevation. That's the elevation of your drain inlet. So we'll put that right there. So we're going 138 feet at 2%. So we go 138 feet. And we're looking for horizontal, which is vertical, 138, divided by the slope equals. So 138 divided by 0.02 equals, horizontal. Oh, sorry, we're looking for the vertical. Vertical, right? The vertical drop from here to here, which is horizontal times slope. So this should be horizontal times slope, not divided by slope. As soon as I divided that, I realized I was wrong. So 138 divided by 0.02 equals, whoops, yeah, 138 times 0.02 2.76. 2.76. So it drops 2.76 from feet from here to here. So we got to subtract 2.76 from this bottom of curb to get this bottom of curb, or our rim elevation. So 241.6 minus 2.76 equals, for rim elevation we got 238.84. 238.84. So that's your rim elevation. That's the lowest point of this parking lot. And then the top of curb is just going to be 6 inches higher than that. All right, so we just add plus 0.5 equals 239.34. It's rim elevation, and the top of curb's 6 inches higher. So now that we know the rim elevation here is 238.84, we can calculate this direction and figure out where this is contour 241 at the bottom of curb. We can figure out where bottom of curb 241 is along here, right? We got to go from 238.84 uphill at 2%. So the difference is we're going to go to contour. Let's do contour 240, right? 240. So we're going from 238.84 to 240. So 240, and we're just going to subtract 238.84 equals 238.84 minus, 240 minus 238.84 equals 1.16. So vertically we're going to go 1.16 feet, right? From here, from 238.84, we're going to add 1.16 feet because we're going uphill to get to 240, which is the contour we're trying to find. So we're trying to find the horizontal distance. It's vertical, 1.16, divided by slope. And the slope is 2%, 0.2. So 1.16 divided by 0.02 equals 58. 58 feet. So from this bottom of curb, it's 58 feet this direction to get to contour 240 at the bottom of curb. So let's just measure 58 feet. 58 feet. 58 is right there. And then we'll just connect those dots. And look at that, we've got parallel contours. So you know you're doing it right if you got the parallel contours. So there's 240. And then 240, we have to come this way 25 feet to get to the top of curb, just like we did here. We had to go from bottom of curb, top of curb, which is 6 inches, which was 0.5 divided by 0.02, 2% equals 25. So measure 25 feet. Gets us to the, measure 25 feet. Did I measure 25 feet? Gets us to the top here. I think I went too far on this one. Let me skip. Oops. Let me get this to work here. So here we go. Oops. Lost my lead. Hang on just a sec. So it's okay. This one looks like I measured wrong. I went 35 feet. So it should have been 25 feet to here. So it should have been like that. Just a scaling error. So easy enough to fix. So there it's, now it's 25 feet, 25 feet, here 25 feet, 25 feet, It's all at 2%. So now we got 240. This is contour 240 right here. So that's an easy one to tie back into. We just come right to there, tie back in, 240. And then we got to come down 25 feet this direction, right, to get to the top of curb. So 25 feet puts us right there. And then we got to tie into 240, 240. That's it. That's an easy one too. We just tie in right here. Boom. 240. Now we got one more. So if this is 240, see these are 50 feet apart, right? Because it's 1 foot of drop from 241 to 240 at 2%. So it's 50 feet. So now to go to 239, we just got to go 50 more feet from bottom of curb to get to bottom of curb. 25. So there's 50 right about there. Same thing over here. 50's right there. Connect those. And there's contour 239. And then if you'll notice, top of curb is 239.34. So top of curb here is higher than 239. Correct? Does that make sense? 239.34, it's higher. So the contour for 239 just follows the curb around like this, and that's your 239, because it's basically you're creating it's a hole here, right? It's coming down to the lowest point, and the asphalt and the curb, the elevation of the asphalt and the curb are creating a low spot where all your water drains in. If this was below 239, then your water would just drain right over your curb and across your catch basin, right? So that's 239. So 239's here. We don't have to tie back in. And that pretty much finishes your problem. So go ahead and label your contours, tie back into your existing, get that off there, and show your calculations, and that's the problem. It's kind of long. We're not going to worry about down here where 240 goes off the page. Don't worry about it. There's not enough room. So if you just get down to 240, go to the top of curb, you're pretty much okay. It's good. So hopefully that helps. I know it's a long one. It's broken into 3 parts, so hopefully the videos don't drag on too long if you watch them individually.